Hello everyone, welcome to Fix Me Learn. Today in this video, I'm going to replace CMOS battery of my Dell E6320 laptop. Every time I remove the battery, for any reason, it starts restarting and keeps giving random error. Let me show you. Restarting. As you can see, it comes with this error. So I have decided to replace its CMOS battery. Now I already have removed it. It looks like this. There was another plastic cover over it that is to provide insulation. I removed it. So this is what was installed inside. So I'm not going to use this one again because there is no point of it. Instead, I'm going to go with this kind of batteries. This is the completely similar batteries, but this one has two terminals welded on it. As you can see, they are the sign of spot welds. I'm going to install this battery, so let's find a workaround. First, let me open up the laptop. Now I already have removed its screws, so we don't have to deal with that. Just remove the battery. And remove the back cover. Now if you see closely, here was the battery installed and this is the connector where it was installed. Like this, and there was a double-sided tape here to hold the battery in here. So I'm not going to use this similar ones because every time it gets dead, you have to throw it away. So I'm going to make a workaround. Now for that, I was going through different options and I found these adapters. Now these are the adapters to hold the CMOS battery in place. This one is the easiest one. You just have to push it in and it's all good. But the problem with this is we can't fit it in here. As you can see, it does not fit at all. Even if I remove this, even if I break these flanges, it won't fit at all. So we can't use this. So this adapter is not applicable. But if we look at this ones, installing the battery, it goes like this. These are usually used in the lab motherboards, PC motherboards. And if we put it in here, it fits pretty well, but here we have little here we have little notch in here, as you can see, which prevents it to sit flat. So we have to take care of that. We have to shove this edge a little bit, and about this edge just falls inside this gap, so we don't have to worry about that. So I already have another connector prep. I already have shoved its upper side. So if you see like this, you will notice it's little bit big. So I just shove it a little bit, and now it sits flat like this. And with this installed, I can put back the back cover like this. Fine. Now what I can notice, there is still a gap. There still is a gap, little gap, which is negligible, although. But we can work with that. Or I can remove little bit of material from here. Let's do it. Let me put the laptop aside so that we can work here. And now let me show you. There are two clips which holds the CMOS battery. CMOS battery. So I have to be careful to save those notches so that our battery does not come out while installed. It's a very precise job. You have to be very careful not to cut your fingers. Okay, I removed a little bit more material from here. Now let's see if it fits well. Yeah, it is more flat now. Let's put back the back cover and check the fit. Alright, so we don't have that much of gap anymore. It is pretty normal to have this much of gap. And we can also use the SD card slot. So we are fine from here. We have to take care of more things, like we can remove this. Now obviously we can remove these wires from here. Let's remove them anyway. Let me use a pliers. We have successfully removed the legs of it. I'd like to straighten them up like this. So here we are. We have plus and minus. Now if we solder it right here, it would be just like this one. But we don't want that because it's replacing the battery will be hassle. So now we have to install this wire to this battery holder. Now if I install the battery in here, we have to know which pin is plus and which pin is minus. Now the plus terminal is this one and this is connected with this pin. So this is our plus and this connect from the backward. So this pin is minus. So this one is plus, this one is minus. We have to solder the wires, the plus in here and the minus in here. Let me do that pretty quick and then we'll be back. I put some solder on the pins. Now we have to put some solder in these tins too, so that they can connect easily, because we can't hold the soldering iron for long because this plastic will melt. Looks like we can't solder tins in here. So if I cut down the wire, I need to figure out if I can reach that connector or not. And we can't. We are good with the red one, but we have to solder some wire in here to reach to the end of this. Okay, I have added little bit of wire in here. So we have the extension for the negative wire, and the positive wire was soldered in here, and I also have soldered the positive wire in here. So right now it's pretty much ready to go, but we have to do some more things. So let me show you. The first thing we have to do is we have to insulate this connection, and if I flip it over, you can see this side of the battery may come contact with this chassis. The chassis is conductive. Here I have multimeter in buzzer mode. Now if I put my multimeter probes in here, it may look like it's not conductive, but if I touch here and here, we have conductive material in here. There is already a cover of paint in here, so that's why it's not beeping in here, but we have to take care of that. So we need to make some arrangement to insulate this side of the battery, and we must not forget that our back cover is also insulating. You see, so we can't short these two terminals as well. So now all we have to do is insulating exposed terminals. I have taken little measurement with the marker and the plastic. Now I'm going to cut it down. This plastic piece will go right in here. We might do some more adjustment here. So now this will go right in here. We have to cut it more. Yeah. Okay, so here is our arrangement. Now my plan was to slide it right down there and put it in this slot. Now this way it is completely insulated and it won't touch anything at all. Now I can't push it in here because of the plastic. The plastic is too much hard to push in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this part of the plastic. I have to carefully remove this plastic from here without damaging it or without damaging any other parts. Yep. So we have to cut it from here. If it goes down, there is a little IC in there. It don't damage it accidentally. So we'll cut it right from here. A little cut from here will do the job. Now it looks good. Now all we have to do is we have to worry about these two terminals to cover up. For that, I'm going to use this same plastic. I will cut a little piece of it and put it here with some double-sided tape. Looks good. Now before putting back everything, I'd like to check the voltage of the CMOS battery we just made. So we will measure the voltage right in here. Plus goes to plus, the minus goes to minus. And we have 3 volt. Good. So now we have a swappable battery. We just have to release this latch to remove the CMOS battery, and we can just put new one here and push it back, and we have our CMOS battery replaced. Let's put everything back, and then we will remove our battery once, and we will see if our laptop still loses the date and time again or not. It will get pushed when we install back the back cover. Alright, all the screws are installed. Let's put back the battery. And now, let's check. Laptop is coming on. Restarting. Turning back on. Let's check together. Turning off again. Hard drive LED is glowing. We have picture. Of course our time and date still messed up because we removed the battery. Just replaced the CMOS battery. So let's hit F1. And now it's booting up. Now it's off. I'm going to turn it on, go to BIOS. I'm into BIOS. Now if you see system information, general. Now if we go to date and time, we have 8:39. Now I'm going to clear the system logs pretty quick. Because we didn't have BIOS battery, we have a lot of collected errors. Let's clear the logs. All the logs are cleared. Let's click on exit. It's turning back on. I'll shut it down. Now, let's remove the battery. And after counting 4, I'll put back the battery. Then we will check if it lost its time or not. Battery removed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's put back the battery. This is enough time for it to lose its time. Now let's turn on the laptop. It's coming on. And we have display. We didn't have those nasty errors again. Let's turn it off. I'm going back to BIOS to check the time. We are into BIOS. Let's go to date and time. And we have the time still there. Let's check the logs. We have no BIOS event, no thermal event, and no power event. So it looks like we have solved our problem. Hit the like button if you like the video, comment down your queries, and subscribe the channel if you wish to see more content like this. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.